Shingwedzi, having decided to travel further north than we have ever been before, to Punda Maria, starting with a ride up the S50 gravel road, said to be good for sightings. Possibly the loudest call in the park, this Quran exercises its voice. And the squirrels are ever present. Birding in the north can be great, but we're a little early for the migratory birds. However, there's still an abundance of our feathered friends to be seen, like this bee-eater, pretty special. A few impala to start the day off. Then a red-billed hornbill enjoying the morning sun. As we drive up the track, we find ourselves amongst a herd of elephant. We proceed with caution. Once the stragglers have disappeared into the bush, we continue our journey north. Back onto the tarmac, and a rare sighting. A lone painted wild dog, possibly seeking the pack. He wanders around, listening out, before disappearing into the bush. These warthogs look on cautiously. Did you know the name for a group of warthogs is a sounder? More bee-eaters. Remember, it's always worth travelling slowly, as anything can appear on the verges. We arrive for our first visit to Punda Maria. Much smaller than the camps down south, there are a total of 22 bungalows, 7 luxury safari tents and a family bungalow. There's also a swimming pool, a restaurant and a shop. After a light lunch, we set off into possibly the highest temperatures we have ever experienced in the park. Unsurprisingly, the sighting count is low as the animals quite rightly seek shade. But there are a few that brave the high temperatures and continue to graze. For a moment, I thought this zebra had a vulture on its back. But the need to feed overcomes the discomfort of the unrelenting sun. But always alert for possible danger. This warthog seems to be oblivious to the sun. It's quite difficult to see the beauty of the feather detail on this lilac-breasted roller due to the bright light. Not so with this bee-eater, scanning the area for bugs. Finally, we too succumb to the heat and go back to camp to wait for the sun to drop and the heat to drop to a more comfortable temperature. In our last episode, I did mention the fact that the bungalow was not particularly clean, so we take the time we have in camp today to request that our bungalow be cleaned properly. We've never had to do this before, as we always forgive a certain amount of disrepair, but the standard of cleanliness is so poor, we felt obliged to complain, and to be fair, the staff did try their best to oblige us. As the sun starts to set, we go back out, but remain near the camp to observe these elephants who have dug down into the sand to reveal water hidden below. After drinking, they throw damp sand over their bodies, helping to cool them down. Waterbuck graze peacefully nearby. It's amazing that these elephants know where to dig, and vital for their survival in these temperatures. A final drink, and then off to settle for the night. Cleverly, there are others nearby that make use of the elephant's intelligence. They wait nearby, ready to take their chance. Unwittingly, these elephants have prolonged the life of these baboons and vervet monkeys, providing essential water where a water supply is not obvious. back to camp to examine the cleaning effort. Hopefully, the shower cubicle will be clean enough to use tonight. Today sees a major change of plan as we give up on our accommodation in Shingwedzi. As mentioned in the last episode, we found the bungalow not to be clean and immediately asked for a clean-up, especially in the bathroom. But despite the best efforts of the staff, the accommodation remained just too run down and ingrained with dirt for us to continue our stay. So we've made an early switch back to Satara. In fairness, this is a first for us, but Shingwedzi was full, so a transfer was not possible. Satara is a better option for us. After 2 days, we really need a shower. So we leave the camp and make our way down to the S50 gravel road, and we're going to follow it all the way down until it joins the H16 tarmac road, leading directly to Satara, stopping off at the Shingwedzi Hide, which has given us some great sightings so far. And today is forecast to be a scorcher. Next to the hide, there's a pair of Egyptian geese making use of the facilities. Some smaller birds have arrived to drink. A cinnamon-breasted bunting and a sprightly African pie wagtail. And you certainly can't miss the presence of the Egyptian geese. Probably due to the heat, there were no more sightings at the hide, so we move on down the track. But there is one thing that's at a premium today: shade. And when you're this size, that can be a problem. The heat is exhausting. But this young bull calf still finds the time and energy to play with the tree branch. Anywhere with bush cover is used to reduce the heat. Even the giraffe have stopped grazing and take shade under the tree canopy. You can see the frustration of these elephants looking for water that's no longer there. Skeletons, remarkably intact, lie covered in dust in the baking sun. On we go. Thank goodness for air conditioning. Made of stern stuff, these zebras shrug off the heat and continue to wander and graze. Luckily, there's a water supply on hand. Inevitably, there are flashpoints and irritation around the water supply. As we all wait for the sun's power to die down. Restless elephant wander in looking for a larger water hole. Only to find disappointment. They'll have to look elsewhere. The rains will come soon, but in Kruger, it's often either a feast or a famine. This chap knows how to keep cool. For him, every day's a pool party. Nothing seems to be moving, except us, including these ground hornbill, waiting to scavenge again when the time is right. Our sightings this afternoon underline why it's probably better to stay out of the sun in mid-afternoon and come out for the last few hours of the daylight, otherwise known by photographers as the golden hours. This male waterbuck wisely chooses to stay close to the cool water. And a leafy bush gives welcome shade to this Koran. The zebras continue to defy the heat and congregate near water as the sun just begins dipping towards sunset. As the warthogs arrive, it's clear there's not a lot of water about. But it's still great to roll in the cool dark mud. But where the prey animals gather near a source of water, there are predators who see an opportunity, such as this cheetah. But it turns out she was just looking for a bit of shade. Magpie shrike cools in the breeze. But the elephants have little option but to graze in the open. Before moving into the bush. As the wind rises, more birds come out of the trees to perch, looking for bugs, just like this lilac-breasted roller. Even the big predator birds appear. This brown snake eagle needs to feed. We approach Satara and hopefully a clean bungalow with a clean, usable shower. Plus, don't end this episode yet because I'm going to do something very special tonight. Let's check out our bungalow. Now that's better. We'll be very comfortable here. Now, I'm putting my chef's hat on tonight because I'm going to prepare our dinner, African style. Time to freshen up and wait for the sun to disappear. So here we are back at Satara, and tonight a little bit special because I'm making dinner. I'm going to have a traditional braai. A braai in the Northern Hemisphere is just a barbecue. Very traditional in Kruger though. Lots and lots of people come here and enjoy doing this at the end of the day. Unfortunately, it's not as popular as it used to be. The advent of fast food outlets and restaurants means that an awful lot of people can't be bothered and just go out and buy the food in. But some traditionalists, many at my age I'm afraid, actually still come here, light a fire and cook the dinner of an evening. And that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to show you exactly how we go about it. And we've got all the materials that we need. We bought it in the shop. We've got the wood, we've got the kindling, and we've got the meat. All I've got to do is turn it into something edible. Fingers crossed, I'm going to show you how to set it up and I'm going to cook something, and at the end of it we might just have dinner. The idea here is basically to build a pyramid of logs and then put a combustible material underneath. I'll just put some firelighters and wait for them to take hold. You should get a really nice fire from that, and then when they've burnt down and turned to embers, you swing that tray around from the back to the front over the hot coals, and there you've got your barbecue or your braai ready to go. So let's see how this goes, and we get a nice set of embers to cook on. So this is a very good time to prepare your sundowner, get your vegetables ready, and get everything ready for a nice evening in. And it's a shame that it is dying out somewhat. It was lovely to see it when everyone used to do it, but it's still nice to see that a number of people still keep up with the tradition. And you know what, I don't know what type of wood it is, but it does give the meat a really, really nice taste. And I'm rather looking forward to this tonight. I'm going to get my cutlery put together, get my plates, so we'll get the baked potatoes going and put it all together, and I'll report back when we're ready to put something on the grid. So it's burning down quite nicely now and giving off a good heat. Just going to let that top bit die down, and so we've got the embers going. and I'm finding it's a bit of insanity to be standing out here in front of a barbecue having had a day of 39 degrees heat. Let's hope the food is worth it. Okay, so now that we've got the embers nicely burning there, on goes the meat. We'll let that go for now. Now, the rule of thumb here for me is I like my meat really, really well done. What I do is I cook it, turn it, cook it, turn it, till I get to a point where a good chef would throw it in the bin, and then it's ready for me, because I like my meat really well done. So, I'm going to let this cook, we're going to plate it up, and we'll show you the results in a minute. So let's take them in now. For those of you who are not in favour of char grill, look away now. You then take them, put them on the plate, and then we have dinner for two, and a whole lot of sweat. Bon appetit.